What is up? What is up? What is up, you guys? This is your girl Najwa. Welcome back to my channel. So, if you have not already, please go ahead, do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. Click the bell so you know whenever I post a video. So, today I just want to not really sound racist or anything, not come across as a lot of people like to say, race baiting, race card baiting. But if some woke white people out there would be willing enough to try and open their ears up to a perspective outside of their own, as someone who has studied and worked around extremely diverse sets of people whose best friend is white, whose husband is white, it's okay. It's a safe place. We can talk about race here. We can talk about social norms and social constructs and political correctness, and nobody's going to combust into flames, okay? It's a safe space, okay? Trust the black chick. It's okay. It's okay. Now, something that I think that a lot of white people, but people in general, might really sometimes get defensive and sort of close-minded, or maybe even bored or fatigued with the request to talk about race, request to talk about people's perceptions of things like microaggressions and gaslighting and what else? Belittling, controlling type nature. Now, again, my husband's white. I'm all good with the Milli Vanilli. It's okay, people. We have to talk about these things. I know they're uncomfortable. I know you don't want to talk about it, but we have to talk about them. Okay. So, you may have heard in the past someone say that they felt like you were treating them differently because of the color of their skin, because of their race. And you might have said, no, I'm not treating you different because of the color of your race. I'm treating you different because you are annoying me. And I explained that thing to you 5 times, and it's like you still don't understand. And I want you to do A, but you went and did B. So I'm not acting this way or being vindictive or aggressive or abrasive towards you because you're black or brown or Asian or whatever. I'm being this way because you screwed up in this other level, and your race has nothing to do with it. And then, just try to stay with me, that person of color might say, yes, but what I'm trying to explain to you is that your aggression towards me may manifest itself, even in subtle ways, unconscious to your awareness, that you might not feel that you're doing, which makes me feel infuriated, that you might not feel that you're doing because of race. But I'm telling you here that I'm hurt because you're falling into what is a very susceptible trap of doing something that is a part of the whole grand scheme of systemic prejudice, systemic racism, systemic sexism. Try to stay with me. I'm saying this to you, viewer, and I'm saying this as this character in this dialogue. Try to stay with me. And the friend, the white friend, will say, no, I just don't want to talk about this, and I'm fed up. And, yeah, I guess I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. And then you say, no, it's not about bad guy, good guy, none of that stuff. I'm just trying to explain to you how I feel. Black, brown, Asian, woman, LGBTQ person says, I'm just trying to explain to you how I feel, okay? And this evocation, this aura, this entire character or being that is and evokes the thought of white privilege. That's essentially what that dialogue is with. It's with white privilege. And white privilege says, I'm not pissed off with you and yelling at you or calling the police on you or rushing you off of this phone call even though you pay my salary, or running you off the road because you're brown or black or woman or transgender or whatever it is. I'm doing it because I think you're stupid because of this, and this. You get what I'm saying? So, you guys don't hate me now. And I mean, I am just calling it the way that I see it, and I'm talking from my own emotional experience, my experiences in society at large. Again, growing up around multicultural, diverse landscapes of peoples and backgrounds, I think that white people have a problem with control. Now, don't come after me, y'all. I'm sorry I have to be the one to say it, but I think white people have a problem with control, okay? And the people out there who they hear that you're black on the phone, or hear that you're Arab, or, if you've got a little bit of a foreign accent or regional accent on the phone, and that person that you're talking to is so clearly a heterosexual or even homosexual, who knows, white person. Oftentimes, black, brown people, marginalized people run into these situations where they are rushed off the phone, they're gaslit to be made out to be aggressive when they're simply asking the same questions, requesting the same treatment, the same service, the same rights as any other person out there would. Any other individual. And systemic racism means that if that person was white, asking that grumpy, grouchy representative on the phone for help, that grumpy, grouchy representative could have very well stayed grumpy and grouchy, but he would at least entertain the premises of that phone call. He would at least do his or her job and answer the questions of that person calling in. But sometimes what systemic racism and unconscious bias does, white people, is that you might be being mean and controlling and grouchy and coming across as kind of rude, kind of mean to a person of color, and to that person of color, they know that even though that's not anything even really big for you, and maybe you didn't even really notice it, but us as brown and black people, we know that that is ingrained in our experience every day for centuries. And if white privilege as this persona literally had to go and shift and get in someone's body who was brown or black or Arab or Eastern European or an outcast or someone in the caste system at the very, very low bottom ranks, they would see that when a black person, if we really want to speak from where I'm coming from and my own personal experience with all of these microaggressions, if white privilege, this persona of white privilege, actually stopped being defensive for one moment and said, okay, I think I understand where you're coming from. I think I can hear where you're coming from. And maybe I wasn't as sensitive to that. If we could just get to that, if we could just get to that level of empathy, that person in turn would be able to understand more what you want. You'd be able to further express yourself to this black or brown or LGBTQ, whatever persona person, the marginalized person from a marginalized group, person that you just offended and hurt. If you come from a closer place of empathy and trying to understand what it is that they need from you on an emotional level, they in turn will be able to give you what you need, white privilege, on an emotional level. So I really, really recommend, anyone out there who has heard even from a brown person, an Asian person, a transgender person, a gay person, a person of a different religion than you. If you've ever heard from that person or these people or anyone like that, that they thought that you didn't understand the inherent struggles of their peoples, and that they thought that you were being prejudiced, and that their feelings were hurt by something that you did. My suggestion for you, truly, truly from the bottom of my heart, is just listen. Listen and try to be a person who is compassionate and open-minded. Open your heart up and make yourself vulnerable a little bit enough to say, I didn't think about it that way, and I'm sorry if I hurt you. That was not my intention. Could you tell me more about what you were feeling and maybe what I could do the next time to not crunch all over your feelings? Like, I like you. You seem like a nice enough person. If you don't know the person, if you do know the person, I love you. You're amazing. I don't want to hurt your feelings, you know? When you open up that level of emotional intelligence, that sort of dialogue, it's going to make things a lot better. So there you have it, guys. If you have had problems where people accused you of being a Ken or a Karen, and you just don't understand it, you don't know what to do with it, listen to the Black woman. I'm here to help you, okay? I know that we really, really, really wanted to graduate to that world where we could be like, I live in a colorblind world and I don't see color, you know? And maybe at some point that was like the hip thing to say. But now it's more like, we need you to see us. For too long, we've sort of been ignored. So right now, we need you to see us. And relinquish a little bit of the control, you know? White people have had control of society for a very long time. Let's share it, okay? Let's share the responsibility, the joy, the laughter, the pain, the suffering, the good parts, the bad parts. So yeah, I really want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. And please, if you have not already, go ahead and click the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know whenever I post a video. And I'll see you in the next one.